Hello, everyone. So we are back live again for yet another author live chat. Um, Fridays, fresh from the oven. Author Erika Reyes. She will be joining us to talk about her new book, poetry book, and so today, 28th July, 2023, 8 p.m. CST. We are live again. So Erika's book is about feelings about not being okay, right? So her book is entitled It's Okay to Not Be Okay. So it's a collection of poems, and we will talk to her more to learn about her book, about her writing journey. So before that, a little bit about Erika here. Erika first began writing poetry during early parts of her childhood. As she grew, she would continuously write when opportunities presented itself. As an adult, she decided to take her talents into the world as an author and sought out to write and independently publish her first poetry book, It's Okay to Not Be Okay. So Erica has a sights set on creating more beautiful art in the form of poetry and is actively working on a second book. Right. So without further ado, let's welcome author Erica to the show. Hello, hello.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
fine yourself.
Right. Thank you for joining us for today's show, and I'm so happy to have you here with me to talk about your book, your writing journey. So I actually have kind of introduced yourself a bit to the audience before I put you back on screen. But I think it would be great to hear you say a few words about yourself to the audience out there.
Okay, I'm in.
Yes.
Okay. Um, First of all, my name is Erica. I'm 39 years old, and I could say that I'm truly proud to say that I was born in Mexico, and I came here when I was between from 6 months to a year.
Uh-huh.
I was raised here in California all my life, basically to say. Um, I was raised in LA and
Mm-hmm.
then up in South Central. And after that, my parents brought us to the Valley. And the Valley has been my home since I was 14 or 13
Mm-hmm.
years old. My whole entire family. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I would I'd probably say that being here in the Valley has shown me a lot and have a lot of great people. Um, about my book, I've been writing poetry since I was a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, everybody starts with Roses of Rain and Violet of the Sugar Sweet and Soaring to write the basic poems. And that's where I started off. And then after a while, I would write poems because during Mother's Day and holidays, that was my thing. And I have always had a collection. I had other hobbies, but I guess poetry was my thing.
Mm.
Um, I would like draw or sing or anything, but that was just like an aside thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I just continued writing poems, and then that was like my whole life thing. I never thought in a million years that I would write a poem
Mm-hmm.
and edit it and publish it.
Mm-hmm.
The idea came from my brother-in-law and my sister.
Okay.
Since my brother-in-law, Gabriel Cyrus, he's a writer. He has written a couple books.
Mhm.
And he gave me the idea. I'm like, hey, Erica, I mean, sis, why don't you write a book of your poem? And I'm like, what do you mean? Yeah, I know people that could help you, and you
Mm.
could write your own book. And I'm like, I don't know, I'm kind of like nervous about it. It's like writing my own poem and share it to the world. It's like
Mhm.
I don't know. And I'm like, yeah, that'll be such a great idea. You'll love it. You'll enjoy it. And yeah, it took me like basically like 6 months to a year to do
Mhm.
it because it takes a lot of work, to edit and introduce the book.
Mhm.
Um, so since my sister loves doing art and she likes painting, I decided for her to choose a background for my book that could be unique that nobody has.
Mhm.
And that's the way I want to do my books.
Mhm.
So my book was like a colorful or like kind of like oceany way background that I loved, and I'm like, yeah, I love that one,
Mhm.
and that was it. So I do thank my brother-in-law and my sister for all the support that they have given me because like without them, I guess I would have never thought in a million years I was going to do my own and publish my own book. Why did
Mm.
I choose the title "It's Okay Not to Be Okay"? Because there were other titles, but with the help of my brother-in-law and my sister, I'm like surprised me with the title. I mean,
Mhm.
there's a couple, but I was something that actually goes with the poems that I have in my book. So I guess that was actually perfect.
Mm.
Um, the reason we put this title on my book because there's in this book talks about the life that I went through when I was a little girl from the time that I am now, and to let them know that it's okay to do the mistakes, and at the same time you want to correct them because
Mhm.
we all do mistakes. We all, and it teaches us, you know, that when you do those mistakes, it may happen again or it may not, but you correct them
Mhm.
and you can help others to actually work on it. I'm still learning myself,
Mhm.
even though I mean I have done this book, with so much passion and love.
Mhm.
Um, and it doesn't only talk about certain titles, like it talks about other people that they're part of my life. My
Mhm.
family, my closest friends. Like I'm a person that has very few friends, but even though there's other people out there, but the closest ones that you could actually trust, that you could actually bond with, and a couple of people that so far bought the book, they
Mhm.
loved it, and I was kind of nervous. I'm like, okay, not everybody is gonna think of what I wrote, or there's others that are like, okay, I get you.
Mhm.
But this book talks, about life, and I'll be honest and glad to say that I enjoy it. I'm working on my second book, and this one's gonna be bilingual because everybody wants to have a book where it's bilingual, which I do understand,
Mhm.
and maybe a novel afterwards. But it just takes time.
Mhm.
Probably working two books at a time, but it takes a
Yeah.
lot of passion.
Right. So we have a question here, Marianne Lopez. She's basically asking, what is this book all about? And I think probably, I think you have explained a little bit about the book. Like it's a collection of poems. So, did that answer your question, Marianne? You can post that on the comment section. And if you have more questions, further questions, we will be taking it up. Happy to answer. Yeah. So. Um, Now, I think writing has always been your passion. You have been writing ever since you were a kid, right? Um,
Yeah.
how do you? I mean, like, I think when it comes to publishing process, when it comes to um, deciding to publish a book, I think a lot of aspects should be considered, like, choosing your editor, your proofreader, your designer for the cover, right? I mean, like, or even some people, they may not be sure of the publishing route, which route to take, like whether it's traditionally published or it is the self-published option, right? So were you researching about it, or you were completely, like, going with the suggestion of your brother-in-law to publish the book? Or how was the process? I mean, I know book writing something on your own is just it's easy. I think it's just all about the process of writing, but I think when it comes to publishing, it's just a different thing altogether. Thank you, Marian. Thank you. So how
Um,
was it for you? Yeah.
Publishing my book, it's it was very special to me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the name in here, starting with the last name. I know usually I would say I would put my other last name, but I put Reyes first of all because it's dedicated to my grandma.
Mm-hmm.
She's not here at this moment. Like, she's been deceased for a couple of years already. And to start up with, that's the reason why I decided to put Erika I as in Isabel, which is my
Mm-hmm.
middle name, and Reyes as my grandma's last name.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of her memory, and that's how I want it for all my books. There's few poems in there that I haven't wrote about her yet, but like it's coming up on the next book, and I would say I'm pretty proudly to say that um, writing these poems, like I'm not sure which ones are the ones that they like or they're interested about. Um, were very some are very deep than others, and the story of my life. Um, that one, growing up as a childhood, wasn't easy. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
no one has an easy life to
Mm-hmm.
start off, and everybody has their flaws. And I have learned that when you make mistakes, you have to pick up yourself and keep on going,
Mm-hmm.
not look back, just keep
Mm-hmm.
on going forward. Um, and a lot has to do with this book that explains why um I'm not really like I'm very a detailed person when it comes to writing, but to explain, my life, it's it's been it's been a journey in my life writing this and living my life how it is. Um, when it comes to trust, and I have to really have a trust of somebody to be around with,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it takes a lot of work, and in this book, um,
Mm-hmm.
it talks about a poem of certain people that that has always been in my life.
Mm-hmm.
My mom, my sister,
Mm.
in this book, and certain friends that have passed away and who are still around, very very close to me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it talked about my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you have read some of them lately, but
Yeah.
when I first got this book in my hand like a week ago, it felt great because I was like, wow, I'm on like my first book that
Uh-huh.
I did. I'm on like, I mean, I'm on like, gosh, am I dreaming you know, or this is real? I'm clearly touching it, I'm reading it, and then I
Uh-huh.
go to my original poems that I have in my, put away in my files. And I'm like, gosh, it is this one. I'm like, is there something
Mm-hmm.
missing in my pages? No, but everything's up there.
Mm. Right. I mean, so I think that entire journey of publishing a book is really exhilarating. Like, finally being able to hold your book and see the physical copy of it, and that is indeed priceless, I guess. For any author, I think, especially for first time authors, and those who are publishing their first book. It's sort of a baby. It's your first baby,
Yeah.
and being able to touch the book and being able to see it gives immense pleasure. Now, I think a little bit about your writing journey. I know that you mentioned that you have been writing ever since your childhood, right? So um, do you use like pen and paper, laptop? How do you actually keep track of your um, work?
I do
Like. Mm-hmm.
I do both. I write and then I transfer to my iPad and my laptop.
Ah, okay. So you sort of have a collection there, right? Like, you have a file and you save it, um, or you organize it. How do you actually put the chapters together?
As I go, like once I finish one chapter, I turn to the next page and I do it by order.
Ah, okay, right. So this book right now that I am um, uh, sharing my screen over here, and people can actually check it out. The poems, your book. So it's all about, mostly it's all about relationships. It's about feelings. It's about life, just about everyday life. Um,
Yeah,
about being abandoned, or probably about wanting someone to be there, right? So it's all something that we as a human being can relate to, right? And I
hmm
also see over here, like, you have some sort of like letters to your sister, your mother, sort of like that. So was this intentionally, written to be a part of the book, or was it just something that you added on without having any structure on mind? You just wanted to add it on.
I just added on everything, like it's slippery mix of everything.
Okay, okay, right, right. Yeah. So you were saying that you were writing. Your second book is on its way to be published as well, right? So maybe a little bit about your second book. What is it that you're working on right now?
This one is a bit of mix of everything. It's not just, I mean, it's more like positive things and just random things. Um, like if I went down to the park or the beach because I'm a beach person.
Mm-hmm.
Um, whatever I see or whatever I feel, it's just basically more like emotions,
Mm-hmm.
like because that's what I do. So whatever comes out of my mind, that's what I write.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, I mean, over here I can see that this is also a letter, probably dedication to your someone who's no longer here, trustee, right? Like, who's this? Maybe you could want to you may want to share a little bit about this person.
It's an old friend.
It's an old friend, right? So
Yeah.
nice. So you have a lot of you have a lot of memories with different people in your life
Hmm.
that you have that you have made it into a collection of here with your letters and poems, right? So uh, when was this book first published, and maybe uh, do you want to share a little bit about what people have been saying about your book so far, the response you got from people?
They love it. Um, when they bought the book, 'cause once I told them about it, they wanted to get it right away. Um, I announced it and introduced it to Facebook and Instagram, and they couldn't wait to order it and read it themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was told that a couple of them had already bought it and others were in their way, I was like, wow. Um,
Mm-hmm.
when I saw the grades and everything, and you know, it, it felt good. And then, they have bought the book and I haven't gotten it yet. But
Mm-hmm.
but it's okay because if they were interested. So I'm glad that they were able to get into the book and read it themselves.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, um, any one of particularly one poem that you really like out of the collection in this book?
The poem that I did for my sister.
Ah, okay, okay. That's something that's very close to your heart.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My sister for me, she's one of the youngest one, Melissa. Um, I wrote why they choose to publish that because um there's my sister and I that we have a bond,
Mm-hmm.
and it talks about when she was a baby and when I was young.
Mm-hmm.
I basically raised her as well. She was like
Mm-hmm.
I was not only like a big sister, but like if I was a mother to her.
Mm-hmm.
And now that she's grown and she has her own family, I have told her, "You may be young. I mean, I'm sorry, you may be grown and you're a mother and you're my sister, but you will
Mm-hmm.
always be that baby, that little girl."
Mm.
And I decided to write that poem for her. She was
Ah,
surprised when she read it.
all right. I see. I see. It's a pleasant surprise for your sister, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So now, coming to your um, marketing and also the effort to promote your book, right? How has it been so far? Like, now, um, you're not just uh, a writer, but you are also a published author and talking about sales. You're probably talking about the business aspect of it. Like, how has it been so far for you?
It's been good.
Mm-hmm.
So far, it's been good. I'm truly blessed that it's been doing good so far.
Mm-hmm. Right. So this is your publisher, right? Osiris Inc.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about this publishing company. Like, how did you find this company? And
If you see the picture on your left, that's my brother-in-law.
okay, so he founded this.
That's his website, and he added me there.
Okay, okay. So is he also a writer?
Oh yeah, he has like a couple of books. He has about 6 books, and if I'm not mistaken, he has another one coming out pretty soon.
Okay, right. So this is a wonderful effort um, by the two of you. Right. So, Erica, so what do you want to say to your readers out there? Like, those who are reading this book, what do you think you have in store for them? I know this is a collection of poems that are personal to you, but what do you aspire for your readers to get out of this book? Like, what is the message, or what is it that is awaiting them?
I guess basically kind of like helping others that it's okay to do our mistakes, but yet keep on going forward and lift themselves up because we're not the only ones that have gone through life that has brought us into um, bad situations or mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
That life still goes on and we could always correct them and move on. Um, Keep it positive and to tell them that there's always somebody there to help out,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you have that special person in your life that helps you a lot, that talks
Mm-hmm.
to you and motivates you. Because I know I do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. I think talking about the difficulties of life as an adult, right? Um, I think getting the support of people around us is something that is wonderful, but I think it's also challenging on its own, right?
Hmm.
So, how have you been coping? Like, not just for your business, but who has been your support system so far? And how can people out there, those who are not okay, find the support system that they need in order to bounce back? I think this is something that a lot of people struggle with.
I have few that had support me a lot. Um, Besides my sister, my brother-in-law,
Mm-hmm.
my closest friend,
Mm-hmm.
um, these very three people that who are very very close to me,
Mm-hmm.
has always been honest
Mm-hmm.
and very real and truthful.
Right.
Besides family, there's very few friends that I have that
Mm-hmm.
I'm very thankful because they'll tell you how it is. They're very straightforward and
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want to hear. That's the type of people I want.
Right. Right. Awesome. Right. So we have come to the end of the show. Thank you so much for actually sharing a lot of things about yourself and also about your upcoming book as well. So osirusinc.com. So that is the link where people can actually go to check out your book and buy your book. So thank you so much for joining once again, and I hope that once your second book is out, we will be able to connect once again to talk more about your second book. And yeah, so I wish you all the best for your upcoming book, and hopefully we will meet again some other time. Thank you so much for your time as well.
Thank you as well, and thank you for having me and here.
No issues at all. I will be putting this video up on different social media, YouTube especially, and I will send you the link as well for you to share with your family and friends. And so hopefully it reaches out to more people.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so
I
much.
appreciate
Thank you. Have a great weekend and see you. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
it.
Bye.